no safety, no love, no respect was I due. 300 years in the deepest South, but God put a song and a prayer in my mouth. God put a dream like steel in my soul. Now through my children, I'm reaching the goal. Now through my children, young and free, I realize the blessings denied to me. I couldn't read then. I couldn't write. I had nothing back there in the night. Sometimes the valley was filled with tears, but I kept trudging on through the lonely years. Sometimes the road was hot with sun, but I had to keep on till my work was done. I had to keep on. No stopping for me. I was the seed of the coming free. I nourished a dream that nothing could smother. Deep in my breast, the Negro mother. I had only hope then, but now through you, dark ones of today, my dream must come true. All you dark children in the world out there, remember my sweat, my pain, my despair. Remember my years heavy with sorrow, and make of those years a torch for the morrow. March ever forward, breaking down bars. Look ever upward at the sun and the stars. Oh, my dark children, may my dreams and my prayer impel you forever up the great stairs. For I will be with you till no white brother dare keep down the children of the Negro mother. Amen.
They can see the back of your outfit. Brianna to come up and stand with you? Good morning, Spirit of Love. Reverend Lee has spoken about Black history as being about our family histories and our traditions. Last year, Mike and I read a poem about the tradition we've had in our family for the last 20 years. I'd like for us to give a different, brief history of our family tradition that is still ongoing. As you see here, we have the board that says family tradition is our 20th year gala. So I'm going to tell you the history of the Lockett family Christmas party tradition. Christmas at 2711 North Whittier Street was the most wonderful time of the year, we kids thought. That was the time of the year that Dad, Ernest Jim Lockett, our father, focused his love and attention and effort on ensuring that his family enjoyed the best that a secular Christmas had to offer. Wagon loads of candy, exotic fruits, delectable chocolates, towering cakes, with the pantry and fridge stocked with relishes, unusual meats, pies, yeasty rolls, and breads that made the house smell like a spice shop. Then there were the gifts that each child, there were 11 of us, wanted. And don't forget the Christmas tree. Sometimes it was brought in late on Christmas Eve. It was brought in late on Christmas Eve, but brought in it was. The heady smell of pine wafting throughout the house. Our dad loved Christmas. It was lights, action, Christmas. Well, Mom loved Christmas too, but her love for the season was more spiritual. She made us see that the birth of Jesus was the reason for the celebratory season. She focused on the love of family and the joy that the birth of Christ brought to the world. She endorsed Dad's devotion to the holiday because it made him highlight their children and family values. It was the one time of the year when she was, it was one of the times of the year when she was happiest. Okay, you want to step over here?
Good morning. Good morning. My name's Avery. Grew up with my favorite uncles and grandma. My favorite. As the family grew older, the youngsters left the family home to start their own families. It became a yearly tradition to return to 2711 Whittier to gather at the old homestead with new offspring and spouses. After Dad's passing in 1994, the entire family didn't congregate at Mom's new home on Geraldine Avenue. But later in 1995, and it grew older to look Mom's spirit, sons Randall, Michael, along with daughters Vicky and Sandy, conceived the idea of hosting an annual Christmas party at a commercial venue. Doing so, they decided would ensure the family enough room, as well as relieve any one person of the responsibility for cooking, serving, or cleaning up afterwards. After canvassing the family, Machiavelli's restaurant was chosen and the Lockett family Christmas party was born. At the outset, party expenses were borne by the Lockett family, siblings, and their offspring. Later on, the concept was expanded to include the Lockett, Rafter families, so Making 20 years of celebration to honor Ernest and Gwendolyn and their kin. Always remembering that Jesus is the reason for the celebratory season.
And mine is not written out, but I'm going to just share this. That my mom came from a little town in Arkansas called Gethsemane. You know what that is, that's right? Gethsemane, but they call it Gethsemane. My father came from a place called Vanderbilt, Pennsylvania. They met in Seattle, Washington in 1944. My mom came to St. Louis in 1938 because they wouldn't let her go to school down in Arkansas. So she came here on her own and put herself through high school, Sumner High School, which most of us attended. There was a few of us that didn't attend. Anyway, my message to you is that they came because they wanted an education. My father, they ended up in the Boeing plant out in Seattle, Washington. That's where they met. And my mother dragged them back to St. Louis, and the rest was history. The point I'd like to make is that from my mother's and my father's seed came at least 113 people now. That's where we are. And counting. There were 11 of us, and then there were 37 grandkids, and out of the 37 grandkids, there were 36 great-grandchildren, and now we're on our great-great. One time we had 5 generations of that. And that being said, tell you how good God is. Growing up, my sisters and my brothers, we did not have relationships with older people because we had no grandparents. I've never, and I don't think my sister might have seen a picture of one, like any of my grandparents. They were all born before we were born. And the other irony of it is my father was 32 when this one over here, my elder sister, was born. And my mother was 25. They went on to have babies until, anyway, make a long story short. They went on to have babies, and now there are over 100 people that can call the Lockett family part of that family. This is just one of them. I see you over there. When we get together, it is a great time. We enjoy each other, and one of the things my mother always told me, she said, if your brother don't have a coat, you got 2, you give him one. So we have always supported each and every one of them. Whatever we had, we shared with each other. And I think that you guys might know my Uncle Buck. My Uncle Buck said something to me, and I'm going to close with it, that just put tears in my eyes. He told me, he said, Michael, you have your mother's heart. And that's it. If you knew my mother, you would know that's kind of so I want to thank you, and I appreciate you listening to us. And hope everyone has a wonderful day. Amen.
premise of the game is you got these puzzle pieces, and each piece has 20 different influential African American people in history. And the top of the card has a portrait of one of them, and the bottom of it has what they did, if they invented something or what their profession was. The game is for people ages 4 and up, and it's really just to get people acquainted with these African Americans and just kind of so you know the history of people. Some of the people on this are Mahalia Jackson, Michael Jackson, you got Nat Turner, John Johnson, to name a few. A little history about this woman. So Annie Hicks, she's probably like the sweetest